Hey guys, Mika here, and I'm always excited to bring you yet another beautiful custom cornerstone, tenor-sized cornerstone built by luthier Peter Marreros. I really love cornerstones and the sounds that it provides. I'm also love just the artwork and pretty much just the sheer beauty of these instruments, especially when Peter builds instruments that uses almost 3,000-year-old ancient spruce here on the top. So let's go ahead and start with that. Look at the color on this, and I promise this is not stained or anything. This is just what it is. I mean, it has that like bronze and that metallic kind of color. It's just so interesting and so cool to look at. It just pops out on the instrument, yeah. And it's accented really nicely with this floral pattern that has koa, and then we have this blue stained with the flowers here, right next to the rosette. That sideways oval rosette, along with the abalone around the rosette, as well as the abalone around the body. Yeah. Here on the sides, we have really nice black and white ebony, and look at that striking. It's like almost like lightning bolts, just that nice book match, nice striking black lines in the black and white ebony. Super really nice. And then even that dark lines here on the side. And then also you can see from this angle kind of that the cornerstone 3 side port sound hole right here. Almost looks like leaves, all kind of like in a circle shape. Really nice. And for those of you who don't know, the side port right here, what it does is that it allows the instrument to breathe a little more, because if we didn't have this side port, the only way the sound can pretty much naturally escape the instrument is through the sound hole right here. So when we're strumming and we're playing, a lot of the sound that we hear from the instrument, it's here. But the thing is, how can we be here if we're here behind the instrument, right? So what the side port does is that it gives you an accurate representation of what it would sound like if you're sitting here, which isn't possible unless you have someone else playing the ukulele and you sit in front of it. You can have a nice accurate representation of what you would hear in front of you, but you get to hear it right here and it's hitting kind of your face like this. So I've grown to love sound points over the last few years, and it's something that I would love to get on my future custom instrument. So this ukulele has it. And then speaking of some really cool stuff here on this instrument, I love that Peter kind of has his own take on this, the arm bevel right here that you can go ahead and put your arm on. Because usually arm bevels are kind of like in this upper corner right here, but he brings it all the way down here. And the good thing about that is that whether you're holding the instrument like this, maybe you're standing up and you're holding the instrument at this angle, it still hits the angle like this. Or if you're more of like a classical player where you have your instrument up at this 45-degree angle, it still hits it. So no matter how you're playing it more classically like this, or if you're holding it like kind of leveled like this at this 90-degree angle, you can go ahead and hold it like that, and you still get to take full advantage of that arm bevel on the side. So I really like that as a design choice, and it makes so much sense to have this bigger kind of arm bevel here on the side. Accented really nicely with the ancient spruce and the black and white ebony is, of course, the black ebony binding here on the front and then here on the sides. Ebony bridge, ebony fretboard, and then we have the abalone running along the sides as the binding of the fretboard. And then we even have it running here around the top of the headstock. And then this is the typical the cornerstone headstock, the shape, and then the half sail like that with the design in koa on the top half, and then just regular ebony on the other side of the headstock. And then going in the back, we have your silver and white goto tuners, and then we have a satin neck right here. So altogether, really beautiful instrument. Just again, it's not too much, it's not too blingy, but it's still one of those pieces that you can hang on your wall and just be like, wow, what is that color? Is it stained? And then you have a little story to tell. It's 3,000-year-old wood, so it's like, wow, you can make instruments out of that. So this ukulele is living proof that you can make beautiful sounds from really old materials like this. And one of those things too about cornerstones is not only is it beautiful when you hang it up on the wall, you can go ahead and grab that artwork and make some beautiful music with it. So getting into the sound of it, I really love Cornerstone sound because it leans more, in my subjective opinion, it leans more on the warmer side. But depending on the type of string sets you put on, you can get more of that kind of punchier kind of tone. So with this string set, I'm not exactly sure what this exact string set is. It seems like a fluorocarbon set, and fluorocarbon strings excel in bringing out that punchiness and bringing that articulation to clarity. So when you pair that with a Cornerstone ukulele, you just get this really nice balance of a sounding ukulele. You can hear every single note, very clean, very clearly. Even in the middle of the fretboard, beautiful A string sound. Whew. That's sustained too. So when you pluck that A string, it really just rings. And you know, when you play, if you were to play lower quality ukuleles, you know, the higher you hold, let's say the A string, and you go up the fretboard, usually the lower quality ukuleles just won't have that kind of sustain because the sound will just die out quickly. But when you play a cornerstone or any other kind of high-end instrument, when you pluck, it just keeps ringing. Just so much warmth. It really fills the room. It's just such a nice sound. It's such a pleasure to play. And this instrument is set up really nicely too. The action is, it's not super low, but it's low enough to where, for me, I always like to tease myself and say I have girl hands where I need really low action, otherwise my fingers are going to start hurting after I play for a long time. But this is one of those instruments where my hands feel really nice when I'm holding, even, you know, your bar chords, or if I'm holding just like 3-finger or 4-finger chords, it feels really nice on my hands, even when I'm playing all the way up on the 10, 10, 10, 12, on the higher parts of the fretboard. It just sounds so nice. It feels really good. It looks really beautiful. So to me, that's the trifecta. It looks good, it feels good, it sounds good. That's what I look for in an awesome ukulele. And when you play a really nice and really good sounding ukulele, you don't have to play hard. You don't have to try to force a sound out of the instrument. It's one of those that you just be really gentle and delicate, and it just responds so nicely. You don't have to play fast. You can just be very slow, and the instrument just sings for you. That's awesome. Just like that. So let's go ahead and get into a uninterrupted session of noodling on this instrument. So excited. So here we go. And if that wasn't convincing of how just fantastic this instrument is, here's what this ukulele would sound like with a bit of strumming.